Hello, Port Townsend. Reverend Crystal Cox here. And I want to give you an update on the Michael and Moses story and share some tidbits with you. Always been a fan of wolves. Got this print quite a few years back. Thought I'd share it with you. Okay, so apparently the prominent people of Port Townsend have some sort of a lynch mob to make sure, and I mean damn sure, that Michael doesn't get his dog because he's a bad man. So, I am an investigative blogger. Okay, so I did my research before I met with Michael, right? I didn't know his name. I hadn't researched him before. I have personal knowledge and personal witness. I'm not telling any of you what you experienced with Michael or what you witnessed firsthand. My testimony is my firsthand witness over 100 times over years. Okay? And just a little side note. If any of you prominent people in Port Townsend who think your voice matters more, because, right, prominent, there's no such thing as prominent, right? What does that even mean? Well, prominent people say this. Well, do they live in houses? They have money? I've been a millionaire. I've had my own real estate company. I've been in every paper in the entire world. Yeah, pretty much. I'm not prominent. I'm me. And you're not prominent either. But that aside, you prominent people of Port Townsend, I'm a very, very good investigative blogger. If you come for me in any way, or you try to gaslight me and tell me that I didn't experience what I personally experienced, okay, you better not have any skeletons in your closet, okay? Not one in your entire life. Because I'm good at what I do as an investigative blogger. Like I said, I quit it because I'm focused on my spiritual work. But I'm going to do it right here. And let me tell you, if any of you prominent Port Townsend people come for me, you better not have any skeletons in your closet. This ain't my first rodeo. Okay? That said, I did my homework on Michael before I met him. I know about the Port Townsend Leader article from, I think, July 2019. Okay? Where Michael drug his dog behind a car. Right? Hated his dog so much, he drug it behind a car. Then he fought to get it back because he hated it so much because he's so bad. So, I know you love me checking the camera, right? So I'm going to do that. Just for my fans that love for me to check the camera. All right, there you go. Okay. So, when I was 19, I had my first trip to the coast. And my uncle and his family had a truck, a double cab, like an old Ford 250 or something. And they had a black lab in the back, tied on, I don't know, it was kind of a long lead. Like I said, I was 19, my first trip to the coast, and double, you know, my uncle and my aunt in the front, some cousins, and I'm in the back. And I can see the dog in the back. And I'm agitated, because I'm like, Uncle, he's gonna jump, And my uncle's like, no, he wouldn't do that, he'd never do that. I mean, we were going 80. I mean, I remember going, holy cow, right? Whoa, we're going really fast. I'm like, he's gonna jump, right? He's moving, he's acting like, he's like, he's not gonna jump. You know, I just turned adult. It's my first trip to the coast. It's not my dog. I'm not driving. There's nothing I could do. The dog jumped 80 miles an hour, 4-lane freeway in Oregon to the coast. That dog was pretty beat up, pretty mangled, pretty sad. Okay? My uncle didn't have I'm 50 now, so it's a long time ago, but nobody took my uncle's dog. Nobody blamed my uncle for it. It was a freak accident. People that live in houses that have dogs have accidents, and so do homeless people. Okay? Michael's dog got drugged behind the car for a couple of blocks, few blocks. Now, blocks implies a lower speed. Still, that dog got hurt. So that's what you're hearing about, that he's a bad, bad man because he drug his dog. Right? On purpose, right? Okay. Second time in my life, I'm a psychic, right? My partner at the time, we had a bakery. And she came in to say goodbye to me. It was in the morning. She went and baked bread like 4 or 5 in the morning. And I had a vision. We have 2 dogs. We had 2 dogs in our chow mix lab. It was a little bit of, and so I told her that I saw this white house, and I described the ditch and the fence and the highway and every single thing. And I said, so, you know, you might want to put Sophie in the front seat, you know, when you go to you know, bake the bread this morning. And she's like, oh my God, yes, thank you. Whether it happens or not, I'm going to do it. You know, and so went out to the car, and she forgot. Right? So she put the dog in the back. Okay, kind of tied to his little whatever. Got out of it. Jumped for no reason, like a deer in a field or a cow or a whim or a squirrel, who knows. Jumped. She spent the entire day at the vet trying to save its life. Nobody took our dog. Okay? And the scene happened exactly how I told her. The ditch was exactly, the neighbor's yard happened exactly where I saw it. Dogs all bloody and mangled. Legs all hurt, right? These things happen to people. Okay, I was a millionaire living on a ranch, had a bakery, doing my thing, right? I didn't live in a car then. Maybe they would have took my car, right? But these things happen, okay? All right. So on the backside of our ranch, we're driving around, you know, at speeds you probably go on the blocks, because, you know, we had 200 acres and we're driving around. The dog's in a harness, right? Because she's a big goofball. And she's harnessed in. Dingbat, right? Sees a deer, jumps, right? Hanging off the car. We didn't have a long lead, so it was just kind of hanging there, but it still got injured, okay? I didn't abuse the dog. I didn't make the deer jump. I didn't make the dog jump out of the vehicle, okay? These 3 examples in my life are just to share with you that these things happen. Okay, so I asked Michael about it. I interviewed him off camera. Okay, so the night in question, yeah, he was driving down some road in Hadlock. Okay, the dog's in the back, like I described you, because that's his home, that's his bed, that Michael gave him every night, that I personally witnessed, right? Feeding, care for the dog. Remember, a wolf dog's different, guys. A wolf dog is different, okay? I don't know all the ways, but know them before you think of mange and sad eyes and all this crap, right? You don't know, okay? So he is driving down the road, and the dog is in the back and gets out the back of the canopy. So it wasn't like a regular canopy. It was almost like a little hut or something, which is why I thought it was really neat, kind of this wooden thing with a door. So the dog had got out, right? And it jumped, or it got moved around, or it fell out, right? And so it ended up getting drug for a few blocks on a long lead, and it got injured. And then the stuff broke and it ran off. And then the prominent people found the dog and got it to safety. Whoosh! So the whole prominent people lynch mob now is like, he shouldn't have the dog, and he shouldn't raise any money, because if he's raising money, he can't afford the impound fee. He can't afford the vet. So it asks the question: should homeless people have animals? Do they have more or less rights than people who live in houses, or these prominent people that I just heard about? Right? Someone actually said that. The prominent people say he's bad. Did the prominent people witness firsthand anything at all of this? Any of it? No, he's bad. Okay. Well, if I just heard this story, if I read it in a children's book, I'd be like, my logic would kick in, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, he hates his dog, he's gonna drag it. All right, he hates that dog, he's an abuser, put him in jail, right? And he hates the dog so much, he would have let it go. But he fought for the dog. He loved the dog. It was an accident. Homeless people have accidents, right? I know, just you prominent people have accidents. No, we got accidents too. And dogs, and especially wolf dogs, oh, come on, right? They're gonna do the craziest things. Just, oh my gosh, there's a squirrel, right? Right? I mean, come on. So he's a bad, evil man because the dog got out of his car and got injured? Okay, he didn't know that the dog went out the back. He didn't know. He didn't see it. Okay, it was a freak accident. You saw me interview him. Does he look like a bad, evil man that wants to drag animals around? I mean, come on. So this is their thing now. Okay? They are violating this man's right. They are holding him hostage. I don't know all the laws that apply, but I hope to hell somebody sues the city and all these prominent people that are ganging up against this man and saying he should not have this dog because he's so abusive and bad, and this isn't the first time it happened, because in 2019 there was a freak out. Well, that was part of the 4 years that I witnessed him every day and every night with that dog. Okay, there's an article in the Leader, that photo that I, yes, stole from the Leader. Sorry guys, but I needed the photo. With him on the beach. That's right after the incident, okay? He's got the wounds and stuff healing up, and the paper did an article about him. That's a picture from then, okay? Again, wolf dogs are different, and I'm not claiming I know how, but I have seen a wolf in the wild, and I've seen the mange, and I've seen the different things that happen to wild, I don't know why I'm quoting this, wild wolves. I've been in the mountains of Montana, and I've seen them firsthand, okay? If you don't know, you don't know, right? Just repeating a bunch of lynch mob stuff, you don't know, and that's what people think I'm doing. I'm not. I'm not telling you what you experienced. I'm not saying that he hasn't done this or that in his life. Don't know that. What I'm bearing witness to is what I saw. And you telling me I didn't see what I saw because of this or that, you're gaslighting me, and I won't take it. Okay? So, you folks who are claiming to be the prominent people, there's no such thing as prominent people, you arrogant fucking bastards. Oh God, I probably should edit that. That's the disconnect, okay? There's no such thing as prominent people. Everybody can lose all their houses immediately. If the great COVID plague showing anything, it's showing that we all are humans, okay? We have no, the house doesn't make you human. Your prominence doesn't, okay? I had a real estate company. I've been a millionaire. Okay, I've been in every paper in the world fighting for justice. Okay, I'm not prominent. I'm me. And you're you. And if you have to use the word prominent people to back up your testimony, you ain't shit in my book. I better put a warning on that there's cussing in this one. I'm sorry. I'm a Montana redneck hillbilly, you know. So, a little bit of cussing there. Anyway, so, there's a few things I want to say. Yeah, I can't pay the vet, so you shouldn't have a dog. Is that true? Oh, and my haters, I don't care. I don't care. Like I said, I've lived in a car. I've been homeless for about 6 years. I've only basically talked to one person every day. Not because I'm not personable or can't. Because I was doing my spiritual work. My thing, that's my business. But you don't get to gaslight me. You don't get to tell me I didn't experience what I did. You can say, you know, like Oli Cap or these prominent people or different people trying to gaslight me and saying I didn't see what I saw because of this. I did that thousands of times in all the court cases that I represented victims and fought for them. They're like, nope, it didn't happen because you're bad. So, it's just an example, but if someone robs a store, or someone's a criminal, they do something really bad, that doesn't mean that what they say about witnessing something else isn't true. If they've been in prison, doesn't mean that what they saw isn't true. You can't, it's just the whole classic, discredit the messenger, okay? We've got to get rid of this. It's a PR nightmare. And it is. Because poor Townsend people are really rallying on the bandwagon for Michael. And so they're like, yeah, Crystal, everything's fine before she showed up. And she don't even know what's going on. She don't know about him and dragging that dog. Oh, I know. And I know you guys are a little messed up in the head. You prominent people are wrong. And boy, if I find out your names, and if you've ever drug a dog, if you've ever done anything at all that might have been an accident, and that's okay, because you're prominent, I'm going to report on you, okay? Like I said, I'm done with investigative blogging, but I'll make this one special occasion because everybody's digging in on all sides of this. The prominent people are working with the Humane Society and the police to keep the dog from the dog Moses away from Archangel Michael, because they think he's a bad man and that dog's fate is unknown, right? And they're not even letting him see it because he's so horrible to it, right? Why did they give it back to him after he supposedly drug it? If I knew somebody purposely drug a dog, oh, I'd be mad. If I knew Michael purposely drug that dog, I'd be mad. Boy, would I be mad. And I'm not even a dog person. That is not allowed. So if they thought that, would they give the dog back to him? Okay? And if they decided that's okay and they let it go, well, now we got a new issue. What's the new issue? Skin condition, allergy, the wounds acting up. He got off the leash and was at the dog park. Someone unclipped him. What is the new issue? What's going on? So, I'm not the problem. I'm the messenger, okay? it sounds like that the prominent people are digging in to make sure that Michael doesn't get his dog or see his dog because he's a bad, bad man. I'm just going to leave that sentence at that sentence. Okay, think of me how you will. I don't care if any of you like me, speak to me. You don't know me anyway, right? Who cares? I don't care. I don't care to know you. I mean, if I care to know you, if the ones I care to know are the ones contacting me, okay? The ones that are coming from love and great spirit and all the good things. All you out there gossiping about me, I don't really care. I have had how many people are in the world? Well, let's say 50% of the population of the entire world hate me, okay? Had a really prominent free speech case. Been hated. Don't care, okay? I know God. I know Goddess. I've seen the other side. I've had visions. I know New Earth. I know what matters is people. Every heart and every soul. People not sleeping outside. I don't care if you're prominent. When you die, you're not so prominent. Okay? I don't care. If I witnessed a prominent person every day doing something with their dog and someone said they didn't, I'd stand up for you too, okay? Because I will bear witness to the truth. Whether you live in a tent or a car or you're prominent. Sorry, I love saying that. Prominent people. There's no such thing. All right, can't pay a vet. Oh, I knew I got my glasses over here for a reason. Okay, so people that are doing all this little work to let everybody know how bad Michael is or whatever. Did you personally witness any of it, or are you just regurgitating the clatter of the prominent lynch mob? Okay, ask yourself that question. The information you're spreading, do you have first-hand knowledge, or is it gossip? Okay, and what is your prejudice? And what I teach in my spiritual work is know your belief, okay? What is my belief? Know your personal belief, because that's how you create your reality. Okay, so what did you experience? What do you believe? Not what all the prominent people are telling you to blame. I just can't say prominent correctly. Okay. Know what else? I can't read my writing. All right. So yes, I did know about the dragging incident. You have all the information, make up your own mind, doesn't matter to me. But yeah, when people tell you that it was drugged for blocks, just keep in mind that blocks means a lower speed, right? And keep in mind my stories, and anyone else you know that may have happened to people who, you know, live in houses. Okay. Can't afford a vet. Okay. So you're going to raise a bunch of money to help the dog, right? So why not raise a bunch of money to be like, oh my gosh, that homeless guy, his dog looks injured. Hey man, do you need some help? I can help you with the vet. I could take you there. I can help. No. Take the dog and demonize the man. That's not right. Okay. I told you already about the lynch mob, right? They're keeping Moses deliberately. Okay. They're not going to let Michael have him. Okay. Guess what? There's going to be money at some point where we're going to have a civil lawsuit and we're going to see what is the right here. Okay. Is this law, or is it based in prominent people and their exaggeration of the truth, or prominent people scared of homeless people, or everybody ganging up to save a dog while they let everybody freeze to death in the tent with their dogs, right? I mean, there's a disconnect, and I'm trying to I am bearing witness to my experience. I don't know your truth. I don't know your God. I don't know your goddess. I don't know what you've personally witnessed. I don't know what you believe. That's yours. Okay, but this is what I witnessed. And there is many people out there saying that there was an issue long before that I got involved, really. 2019, I've been living in a car since 2014, so 5 years before that. So, and I saw Michael before the accident and after the accident from my vehicle every day and every night, pretty much. And y'all saw him at the store. If you thought there was an issue, did you report him? I think someone said earlier, he looked so sad and he looked all scruffy and, you know, bad. Okay, well, sometimes homeless dogs do that, but in general, sometimes wolf dog hybrids do that a lot, right? And so, if you have first-hand knowledge, great. Do a sworn statement, attest to the truth, and send it in on his case. We don't know his case number, right? He's not good enough. He's not prominent, so he don't get a call back. He hasn't been told what he can do. If you're charged with a crime and someone steals your personal property as evidence, if you lived in a house, you'd probably have rights, because there's laws on that, right? I mean, do they have to have a search warrant? I mean, can they just come into your house and just start taking whatever they want, and then say, we're going to charge you with the crime. I don't know when, and I don't know how, but someday we're going to charge you with the crime. But meanwhile, we're going to keep your family in some sort of a hostage situation, okay? Because the prominent people says that's a good thing, okay? It's not. Okay. Okay, yes, first-hand knowledge. Gosh, I think I've already covered everything on this. Okay. Well, then there you go. So that's just a little bit of an update on Michael and Moses. He started a fundraiser to help him. He doesn't have a vehicle, working vehicle now. So yes, I posted that. The blog post that I've sent around, I'm going to keep adding that. I'm going to put this video on it. That's my interview with Michael, so you can see how he feels about how he was treated before he was homeless and after he was homeless. Been here 14 years. He's one of your own, Port Townsend. And so is Cassandra Aldridge. Okay, I put a post on my Port Townsend, porttownsendnews.blogspot.com about that. Okay, about her living in a tent with a dog, and when she died, the dog didn't die. The dog stayed with her. I love dogs. As you can see here, I'm for people's rights with dogs, but dogs can get under things. They get their coat fur. They can go and find some warm place to sneak into. They can forage for food stuff that people can't. They can pee. They can do their bathroom business anywhere, right? People can't do these things, but they want to protect the dog and not the person. And in the case of Cassandra Aldridge, she died with her dog next to her. Okay, the dog lived. So I'm not saying dogs shouldn't have rights, but I'm saying, can we have equal rights? Pretty please, prominent people, just equal rights. Okay. My email is reverendcrystalcox@gmail.com. If you'd like to donate to my church, it's bbgoddesschurch@gmail.com. I do good wherever I can. I've posted on that page at the Port Townsend news site, Michael's. I think it's, pretty sure it's Allmain, ALLMAIN, Mike@gmail.com to donate to his PayPal. This is a big deal. Michael's going to be a part of my church now, because I'm not sharing this on camera yet, but his response blew me away. There's been 3 times in my life where Jesus has rattled me, like just literally rattled my body. And when he responded, Jesus come to me. And I'm pagan goddess, lesbian witch, I love Jesus, but I'm not, it's just not the main thing. So it's happened to me a few times, 3 times this last year. So what he said to me in his response, and the circumstances about when he and how he watched the video, was from God. Okay? Jesus came through that and gave me a message and a vision, and I saw him so clear. And the talks I've had with Michael about God and spirit and visions have been amazing. So the bigger picture is this is my church, Archangel Michael and me. We'll move forward. He will be the divine masculine of my church, as I'm the divine feminine. Okay, he is an amazing man, and he is very close to God. And I'll be sharing that later. But for now, Port Townsend, make up your own mind. Don't listen to me. And don't listen to the prominent people. Find out for yourself, okay? Make up your own mind and know your own heart, your own belief system. I love you all. Goddess bless you all. Thank you so much for listening.